Okay, let me do it on behalf of the Health Committee. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate. Today, the 9th of July 2025, this is a report of the Standing Committee on Health on its consideration of Community Health Promoters Bill, National Assembly Bill number 53 of 2022. On behalf of the Chairperson, Standing Committee on Health.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 9th of July 2025. The report of the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism on its consideration of the Startup Bill, that is Senate Bills number 14 of 2022. On behalf of the Chair, Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism. Thank you.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare.
The report on petition concerning the failure by Kenya Breweries Limited, Kaplan and Stratton Advocates and Harrison Kinyanjui.
Senator Murgo, when you're laying a paper on the table, you need to be at the dispatch.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Senate today, 9th July 2025. So I beg to lay.
What exactly are you laying, Senator Murgo?
Report on the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on its consideration of reports, amendment number 2, Bill, Senate Bill number 45 of 2024, report on the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on petition to the Senate by Mr. Lawrence Ndutu on behalf of 125 other former employees of Kenya Breweries Limited concerning failure by the Kenya Breweries Limited, Kaplan and Stratton Advocates and Harrison Kinyanjui Advocates to pay compensation awarded to the petitioners. I beg to lay.
Senator Catherine Muma. That is dropped. Senator Jackson Mandago. That also is dropped. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion that the Senate adopts the report on Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on petition to the Senate by Mr. Lawrence Ndutu on behalf of 125 other former employees of Kenya Breweries Limited concerning the failure by the Kenya Breweries Limited, Kaplan and Stratton Advocates and Harrison Kinyanjui Advocates to pay compensation awarded to the petitioners laid on the table of Senate on Wednesday, 9th July 2025. So I beg to lay.
Senator Richard Onyonka. The business is dropped. Senator Karen Nyamu. The business is dropped. Senator Catherine Muma. The business is dropped. Senator Jackson Mandago. The business is dropped. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1. Senator for Kitui County, the Honorable Enoch Wumbo.
I thank you, the Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the welfare of teachers serving in ASAL and other hard-to-serve areas in Kitui County. Mr. Speaker, sir, Kitui County is predominantly an arid region. However, a significant number of teachers in the county do not benefit from the special allowances and considerations provided by the Teacher Service Commission for those serving in the arid and semi-arid lands and other hard-to-serve areas. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, which wards in Kitui County are designated by the government as ASAL and hard-to-serve areas? 2, the criteria used by the government to designate areas as ASAL and hard-to-serve areas, the number of teachers in Kitui County currently benefiting from the ASAL and hard-to-serve areas allowance scheme, and the number of those who don't benefit from this scheme. And finally, the plans in place by the Teacher Service Commission to ensure that all deserving teachers in Kitui County benefit from the arid and semi-arid lands and hard-to-serve allowance scheme. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator for Samburu County, the Honorable Dr. Lelegwe. That statement is dropped. The Senator from Busia County, the Honorable Omtata.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the opportunity. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53(1) to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Tourism, Trade and Industrialization on a matter of national concern regarding the move by the government to grant the Business Bay Square Mall in Eastleigh approval to import 500,000 metric tons of rice into the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, this development has raised concern about the impact of this decision on local rice farmers, the transparency of the quota allocation process, and the apparent bypassing of established regulatory institutions such as the Agriculture and Food Authority, brackets AFA, which under the Crops Act is mandated to oversee decisions related to food crop imports. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the criteria and policy justification used by the government to allocate the rice importation quota to Business Bay Square Mall, including whether the process was competitive and aligned with legal and regulatory frameworks such as the Crops Act and the Food Crops Regulations of 2019. 2, the role played by the Ministry of Trade in this importation and why the Ministry of Agriculture and the Agriculture and Food Authority, brackets AFA, were not consulted in a matter that falls under their regulatory mandate. 3, assessment by AFA on the current domestic production and consumption levels of rice and whether a deficit existed to warrant this large-scale importation, especially in light of reports indicating that more than 5,000 metric tons of rice remain uncollected at the Mwea Rice Growers Multipurpose Cooperative Society. The measures in place to cushion local rice farmers from the adverse effects of such imports, including the budgetary provisions referred to by the Director General of AFA to procure excess rice from local cooperatives, and how this aligns with Kenya's agricultural policy priorities under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, in brackets, better. 5, impact of rice imports on local market prices and outline strategies being implemented to balance food affordability for consumers while safeguarding the competitiveness and sustainability of local rice production. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator for Kisumu County, the Honorable Professor Tom Ojanda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the demolitions that are being carried out in Korando, Tiengre, and other parts of Kisumu County, allegedly to pave way for road expansion. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, this committee should address the following. 1, the legal authority under which the ongoing demolitions in Korando, Tiengre, and other areas of Kisumu County are being conducted. 2, whether the affected residents were issued any form of notice before the demolitions and whether there was any public participation or stakeholder engagement in accordance with the Constitution and relevant legal frameworks. 3, the status of land on which the demolitions are taking place, specifically whether the affected properties are situated in public, private, or community land. 4, the existence of any compensation or resettlement plans for residents whose homes or properties have been demolished. And lastly, the entities or agencies involved in executing the demolitions and whether they are acting under formal directive or legal mandate. Mr. Speaker, my second statement is on the state of facilities in health facilities in Kisumu County. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the state of health facilities in Kisumu County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, address the state of all public health facilities in Kisumu County, including their level of functionality, staffing, and service availability. 2, whether there are any stalled projects, including those under construction or innovation, stating the reasons for the delays and plans in place to equip these facilities. 3, the efforts by the county government of Kisumu to improve healthcare infrastructure and staffing and to ensure the availability of essential medicines, laboratory services, and emergency care in major county hospitals and health centers. And lastly, where the county government has entered into any partnerships with any development partners to strengthen the county's health system. Mr. Speaker, my third statement is on the role of county governments in national economic planning. Mr. Speaker, these are statements requested under Standing Order 53-1 from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on a matter of national concern regarding the role of county governments in the formulation and implementation of national economic planning framework. In the statement, the committee should address the following. One, the framework currently in place to ensure that county integrated development plans, CIDPs, inform and or align with the national government's medium-term plan, the MTP, and overall development priorities outlined in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, BETTER, and Vision 2030 in general. Two, how the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council, IBEC, and the National Treasury and Economic Planning ensure that national government's fiscal and economic policies reflect the needs of counties. Three, whether there are plans to strengthen the existing intergovernmental frameworks to institutionalize participation of county governments in national economic policy formulation consistent with the provision of Articles 6, 10, and 174 of the Constitution, and if so, obtain information on such plans. Mr. Speaker, my last statement is on access to and quality of education in marginalized counties under the competency-based curriculum, CBC. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 531 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of national concern, namely the implementation, access to and quality of education under the competency-based curriculum, CBC, in marginalized counties. In the statement, the committee should address the following. One, the progress made in rolling out the curriculum-based program, CBC, in marginalized regions, including adequacy of infrastructure and the availability of learning materials tailored to CBC requirements. Two, the challenges faced by schools in marginalized counties in effectively implementing the CBC, including issues relating to teacher preparedness and community awareness. Three, the interventions by the national government and county administration to train and support teachers in delivering CBC in marginalized areas. Four, measures put in place by the State Department for basic education to ensure equitable access to CBC for all learners, with specific focus on girls, children with disabilities, and other vulnerable groups. And lastly, the strategies established to monitor and evaluate the quality and impact of CBC in marginalized counties to inform policy and guide resource allocation. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddy for and on behalf of Senator Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I rise to request for statement on behalf of the Senator for Nairobi, Senator Edwin Sifuna. And this is a statement, a request for statement on lack of electricity access in parts of Nairobi City County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Energy on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the continued lack of access to electricity in various neighborhoods across Nairobi City County. Mr. Speaker, sir, several areas across Nairobi continue to suffer from power deprivation, either due to prolonged disconnection, non-existence infrastructure, or unexpected neglect. This situation has led to increased insecurity, stifled economic activity, and deepened inequality in places that include Hospital Ward in Mathare constituency, which has been without electricity for over 4 years. 2, Majengo Gorofani in Kamukunji constituency, which has been in darkness for 2.5 years, yet residents still receive Kenya Power bills. 3, Korogosho Ward in Roraka constituency, where, Mr. Speaker, the entire villages such as Gomongo, Ngunyunu, Gitathuru, Iridge, Grogo